So what a title. That really sounded awesome. I can't imagine that's me. है कति वर्षपछि मेरो एज त नभन्नु होला है द्याट्स एन अचिभमेन्ट वाउ मलाई लाग्दैछ म कहाँसम्म आइपुगेँ भनेर क्रिएटिभनेस फेस्टिभल फाउन्डर एन्ड अल अफ दोज ग्रेट नेम्स When Prashant told me, Didi, तपाईँ यहाँ हुनुहुन्छ, why we would like to share your story, I was like, wow, why not? अनि यही कुरा गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ उसले मलाई एक्सप्लेन गर्यो येलर्स यस्तो हो there is one moment in your life that changes everything. Then this thing came, everybody knows me now here, those ones who knows me. This calm, अहिले पनि calm छु है soft spoken, well articulated. But then there was a time, this picture is so vivid in my head. म त्यति बेला कति वर्ष थिएँ एसएलसी पास गरेर 17 18 16 17 थिएँ अनि तपाईले देख्नुभयो होला एङ्गर माई फ्रेन्ड माई डियर फ्रेन्ड सो मलाई मेरो बुवाले कतै पुऱ्याउन जानु थियो बुवा ढिलो आइसक्यो क्या अनि एकदम बम भएर म बसिरहेको थिएँ यो बुवा आउँदै आएन कस्तो मलाई ढिलो भइसक्यो द्याट वाज माई लाइफ ब्याक देन अनि बुवा आइसो भाइसँग गाडीमा लिएर गइसो काम पुऱ्याउनु थियो मलाई वहाँ छाड्दैछु यस्तो रिसिरहेको थियो होल गाडीमा मैले बुवा र भाइको बसी खान दिनु कराएर कराउने पनि धेरै कराउँथेँ म त्यति बेला अहिले एकछिनमा सानो एउटा उतिउला स्याम्पल दिउँ म बडी पनि जस्तो छु त्यहाँदेखि चाहिँ अलिकति यो माइक पनि अनि पुरै रिस्यो अनि यस्तो रिस उठिरहेको थियो मेरो पालो मैले ढोका खोलेँ है अनि ढोका खोलेर ड्याममा बन्द गरेर गएँ सुई हिँडेर गएँ अनि एकछिनपछि छर्लान चुर्लुन गरेको आवाज आयो क्या मेरो पालो के रहेछ भनेर यसो फर्केर हेरेको त गाडीको 4वटा झ्यालको झ्यालै झर्लाम झुलुम्म भएछ है अनि यसो हेरेँ यस्तो रिसिरहेको थियो राम्रै भयो ठिक भयो भनेर यसो गरेर हिँडेँ वाउ अगेन दिस पर्सन क्रिएटिभनेस आई वाज क्रिएटिभ इन मेनी वेज when I look at that होइन माई डियर फ्रेन्ड एङ्गर यति मलाई यो एङ्गरले नचायो है म कहिले यो त मेरो बाउआमासँग होइन देन म मेरो लाइफ जाँदै गयो म यहाँबाट बाहिर गएँ आई फेल इन लभ एन्ड देन आई स्टार्टेड वर्किङ काम गर्न सुरु गरेँ काम पनि यस्तो काम गर्थेँ कि मलाई थाहा थियो म यस्तो आई युज टु एन्टरटेन एङ्गर सो मच द्याट आई युज टु चुज जब्स अकर्डिङली मलाई थाहा थियो मेरो क्यारेक्टर एकदम कसैको भन्न नलिने रिस उठ्ने कराउने मैले ठिक हो राइचियस होइन जहिले पनि आइएम अलवेज राइट आइएम एरिज आई हेभ अ भेरी गुड वे अफ कन्भिन्सिङ पिपल इन सम वे अर दि अदर सो आई युज टु टेक जब्स द टेम्पररी जब्स सो आई क्यान क्विट एनी टाइम आई वान्ट त्यस्तै गर्दा म आज ग्लोबल फन्ड फर HIV AIDS TB मलेरियामा काम गर्छु आई एम इन प्रोग्राम्स अनि त्यहाँनिर जाँदाखेरि चाहिँ एक दिन म असिस्टेन्ट पोजिसनमा थिएँ द्याट वाज अ बिग डिल फर मी मेरो आमाहरू पनि त्यही ब्याकग्राउन्डबाट आउनुभएको थियो आइएम डुइङ वेल भन्ने जस्तो लागिरहेको थियो अनि एउटा नयाँ असिस्टेन्ट आउनुभयो उहाँले चाहिँ मलाई मेरो काममा हेल्प गर्नु थियो हाम्रो ठुलो एउटा कन्फरेन्स मेरो रेस्पोन्सिबिलिटी थियो त्यो मैले अर्गनाइज गर्नु थियो र जस्ट अल दोज शिटी जब्स लुक एट माई एटिट्युड आई वाज एन असिस्टेन्ट एन्ड हेटेड डुइङ माई ओन जब सो त्यो सपोर्ट आएकोले मैले उहाँलाई सबै मेरो बोरिङ जबहरू दिएँ इन अ नाइस वे अनि उहाँले इमेलहरू पठाउन सुरु गर्नुभयो अनि मैले आई जस्ट नोटिस सी रोड प्रोग्राम अफिसर सो आई वाज लाइक oh, she made a mistake, I still have this nice, kind attitude towards people. So I went and I said, look, I think you made a mistake. Maybe your title, it should be assistant. And she looks at me, very genuinely, and she said, no, that's the title. That's what I received on my contract. चढिहाल्यो है अन्त मैले उसलाई यस्तो हेरेँ अनि आई वाज सो म्याड आई वाज सो पिस्ड अफ फर वाट एभर रिजन अनि मैले रियली द्याट मस्ट ह्याभ बिन अ मिस्टेक तर लेट मी चेक एटलिस्ट आई ह्याड द्याट डिसेन्सी टु से लेट मी चेक सो म गएँ यस्तो रिस उठ्यो किनभने म असिस्टेन्ट भएर काम गरिरह अर्को बाहिरबाट आउँछ मान्छे प्रोग्राम अफिसर एकछिनमै मैले गरेको काम उसले मलाई हेल्प गर्ने ऊ प्रोग्राम अफिसर मलाई कन्सर्ट तात्यो त्यसकारण आई स्टार्टेड युजिङ माई पावर अफ एङ्गर यु नो इट फ्युल्स यु इट्स एन एनर्जी इट फ्युल्स इन सो मेनी डिफ्रेन्ट वेज सो मैले गएर सबलाई सोध्न थालेँ फेभरेटिजम थियो त्यहाँनिर अफिसमा सो आई युज द्याट फ्युल टु हुन्छ नि गसेप या मान्छेहरूलाई सोध्न यो गरेको हो त्यो गरेको हो तिमीलाई थाहा थियो सो आई कुड पोइन्ट आउट द मिस्टेक अर जस्ट maybe in now that I look back, it was being this righteous and being principle wise. I couldn't stand, you know, right, ठिक कुरा गर्नुपर्छ मोरल कुरा गर्नुपर्छ भन्ने मेरो विचारहरू थियो त्यति बेला सो त्यो भावनाहरू लिएकोले मैले इन्भेस्टिगेसन गर्न सुरु गरेँ आफै मेरो बसलाई गएँ मैले स्टाफ काउन्सिललाई इन्भल्भ गरेँ मैले होल यु नो लाइक वी वर 25 people team सबलाई इन्भल्भ गरेँ everybody started you know because we were all going against that favoritism so like this is good we're gonna put them in track and you know all of those so all that drama happened and then at the end of course I achieved what I wanted that was she was being told you know उसलाई त्यही program officer बनाएर लिएर आएको रहेछ तर obviously that was you know not according to our policies and everything. So she went back to being an assistant. And I still checked that she didn't get the salary. So I made sure. And then that went on. Being very true to my anger, you know, dancing around every time it came out, being loyal to it. I just used to go up and down. Then something happened this particular day. You know, again, being myself, I had a call with my ex-husband and something happened and then, you know, as usual, I just went, bang the phone, asshole, whatever. It was afternoon, you know, can't see you going, hi, honey, get up. He's like, sit down. Like, ooh, this is getting serious, you know, I don't like to be serious, I'm a happy person. And he's like, we need to talk. I was like, okay, sure, because, you know, I have no recollection of what went wrong, what did I do, nothing. Like, I can't do this. I was like, what do you mean I can't do this? एकदम मलाई थाहा नै थिएन उसले के कुरा गरेको. Then he said, तिम्रो यस्तो व्यवहार हैन, फोन ब्याङ गर्ने, कराउने, रिसाउने, I can't deal with it anymore. And there's no way I can live with you. So this is the end of our relation. I looked at him, he's like, very surprised, you know. I'm like, oh, come on, that was this afternoon, this is evening. Can we just let it go? I'm all cool, come here, let me hug you. He's like, no, I don't think you understand. That's it, we're done. If you don't do anything about it, I can't do this. I was like, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. You should accept me as I am. This is who I am, full on. Give it or take it. Took my bag. What did I do again? Anybody can guess? Yes, I took my bag. I banged the door. I'm like, I'm leaving. I left the home. Halfway through, you know, Geneva is a very small place. I walked 5 minutes. I'm at the lake. I couldn't go further. Otherwise, I would be in the lake. I didn't want to die. So I sat down and I realized I have no place to go. Family छैन है त्यही एउटा boyfriend थियो त्यति बेला. So I was like, oh, what do I do now? Again, something happened that day. So I sat down. And I sat down for a long time. And then there was something different happened. There was this thing called reflection. All these episodes of my life with my father, with my family, with my work, and now the love of my life at that time. I said, all of this, and here I am today. What do I want? There was some level of realization where I realized that life, that I am really a super cool person, because that's the image I had of myself. Really fun, loud, bubbly, everybody loved me. But then I have a super shitty character that nobody wants to be with me. That was one realization. And then I also realized, very important realizations, that my parents and my brother, immediate family, they will always be there for me no matter what. And they will always love me. And I also realized that they love me because they had no choice. Because we are families. They were obliged to love me anyway. And that was painful as well. So when I realized that I was this, annoying person, making everybody's life a misery just because I had this whim of being righteous, always right and everything. So with that realization, I went back. That was big. I think that changed, in a way, my life. I went back and I said, you know what? Two different worlds, right? So I had to make a choice. And I realized that if I don't change myself from this point, if I don't do something about this character, some parts of me, I'm going to have a very, very dramatic life, full of episodes and ups and downs in anger, playing around with me, taking me different places, and making everybody's life very interesting, but at the same time very painful. I was, getting jobs, quitting jobs just because I was so angry. I used to even tell my one employer, to the level that my life was going, this was just some piece. At work, I just told one of my managers, my boss, I'm quitting. And that was really fun. I went back home, and then I became unemployed. And at the end, I was the one suffering every time. I was giving into my anger, my best friend anger. And I went back, and for the first time in my life, I said sorry. That was painful. And I said, I'm gonna do something to change about myself. So the journey began. This was the time when my journey began into self-awareness, or whatever you want to call it, into myself, inside. Once you look inside yourself, look inside. And then obviously I was so lucky because I remembered, I grew up with my grandmother who teaches Atmagyan, so like Dole Buznunza. I grew up with her. I used to say all these sloks in front of people. I didn't understand anything back then, And my grandmother used to say when we were kids, मेरो साथीहरु आउँथ्यो हैन घरमा सानै फुचेहरु हुँदाखेरि बच्चाहरु हुँदा अनि मेरो ग्रान्डमदरले लुक आउटसाइड नथिङ एक्जिस्ट्स अनि मेरो साथीहरु तेरो हजुरआमा त बोला रहेछ हामी आउँदैन Then all of those came back to me, and I said, you know what, I need to call my grandmother. So my journey started. Then I became completely this bomb blast into internal silence. I didn't talk to people. I was completely into myself, reading books, trying to understand. And then learning about managing my anger, accepting that it is there. तर कस्तो हुँदो रहेछ भने नि कसैले हामीलाई सिकाउँदैन क्या बाबामाले भन्नुहुन्थ्यो त्यो रिसलाई पैताला मुनि दबाएर राख अब दबाउने कसरी आइहाल्छ है ढाङ्ग गरेकै छ के भनेकै छ थाहा थिएन क्या देन हजुरमाले भन्न सुरु गर्छ तैँले केही गर्नु पर्दैन वाज लाइक वाट केही गर्नु पर्दैन कस्तो एङ्गर आउँछ अनि मैले केही नगर्ने चुप्प लाएर बस्ने त्यो सक्दै सक्दैन इट्स बिकज इट्स एकदम मभन्दा धेरै बलियो छ त्यो म गर्न सक्दिनँ हैन गर हेर न भन्छ एङ्गर आउँछ तँलाई रिस उठ्छ मलाई रिस उठ्यो भन्नु बस्नु रे ए यो त के सोचिरहेको रिस उठ्यो भन्नु अनि जान्छ क्या हो भनेर हाँस पनि उठ्यो त्यसपछि देन आई लिसन टु हर आई स्टार्टेड डुइङ द्याट slowly I started understanding this whole journey took me to understanding into deep levels about myself, how a human being behaves, how I used to behave, how emotions impact. Then one thing led to another. I started doing courses around it. So I did NLP, neuro linguistic programming. Then I started doing that helped me a lot on how to communicate. So to communication or garदाखेरि, then I went to mindfulness, which was another realization in itself. I became mindful. So this pataka bomb blast energy bomb, today I have created a life where the people who don't know my past life see me as being calm and they even call me at work like mindfulness guru because I introduced it into my organization. We have 700 people, and that became a program at work in itself. So this became my passion. I was like, this is so important. I need to spread this out. And that same anger that was making my life impossible, and that one realization, what I learned from that realization was I got a taste of power of your mind. When you understand how your mind functions, how your brain functions, and you learn that, then you get into the power of consciousness, being conscious. So that was the energy, that was the power that I really learned, which I now use to, share it with other people. And to the extent where my son is also becoming, I use it everywhere. So that realization, from that to creating the Creativeness Festival, where we had 120, young adults changing lives and impacting. So what I learned was something that is inconvenient in your life, something that you think is, hatred or I don't like this in me. It was so beautiful when I started looking into it. So every time I have that realization, I start looking into it because it's like a khazana, खोदल्दै जाऊ अनि त्यहाँनिर you don't know what you're gonna get. So that was my realization. Thank you.